All right, everyone, welcome back. So I finished up the AC charge on the Volvo. Now I'm moving on to an oil change. A lot of people don't really know what goes into an oil change today. So let me show you. In the old days, it was put the car up in the air, the drain plug was right there, and the oil filter was right there. Today, those days are gone. You have to pull out special tools, torque sockets, remove 20, 30 bolts. I know people think that I'm complaining. I'm not really complaining, although this is stupid to have to do this for an oil change. And you wonder why quick lubes, for most cases, make mistakes because they have a line of cars, right? And they have to try and hurry up a job. And rushing a job never works out. It never works out. And usually there's some sacrifice. And the sacrifice comes with things not tight, things leaking, things not changed, things falling off, things leaking. What else could go wrong? Oh, and most importantly, your engine blowing up. Or if you ever experience this, the shield falls down because it's missing hardware, and they don't have time to secure it or tell the customer what's going on. We tell every customer when they come in if this is missing bolts, broken bolts. We don't want to be hearing nothing after we're done. So now that that's off, you can gain access to the oil filter and the drain pan. And then some people question, why is the oil change so expensive?
I actually got that question yesterday.
Why is the oil change so expensive? So tell me why it's so expensive, sir. I would really like to know.
Cost of goods, that's the biggest thing. That's at least half the expense.
Cost of goods, right?
And
Cost
then-
of the job.
Yeah, you gotta pay the mechanic. You gotta keep the lights on.
Well, we've always had to pay the mechanic.
Yes.
The problem is that the cost of employees today is way higher.
Yes.
Cost of doing business is way higher. Cost of the products is way higher.
Yes.
Cost of having insurance for Caleb and myself and the building is way higher.
So let's say an oil change takes a half hour.
Just to do it right and take your time.
Yeah, do it right and take your time. And you're topping the fluids.
Correct.
You should.
Yep.
Like you're getting a full oil change service.
Absolutely.
Let's say your mechanic's getting paid $40 an hour. Now, obviously, that's not a lube tech that's getting paid $40 an hour, but it's one of your higher quality technicians that's doing
Correct.
it.
Yep.
Takes him a half hour, so you're paying him $20. You're spending however much on your goods. We'll call it at least half of the cost of the oil change.
Well, it's $40 for an average 5-quart oil change without a special filter, and this has a special filter.
So let's say you're getting all your stuff at Walmart, just to keep it even. $30 for 5 quarts plus $10 for a filter. So your $40 cost there plus your $20 cost just for the employee. That's $60 right there.
Right.
Not including keeping the lights on, paying yourself, the cost of the building, whether it's mortgage, rent, all that.
Yep.
That's what you're saying.
Either needs a motor or
We can start with lubrication. Just lubricate the hinges, clean everything. That was actually at TSB, the steps.
so if simple maintenance doesn't fix it, you need a motor. I would just price a motor while you're at it. So until it stays out and doesn't go back in.
$50 a clear this. Is that a good price?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it may not do anything for you.
Yeah.
And then one day it's going to stay open and it's never going to go back. And then he's going to be in a bigger recovery. Not too concerned about that.
He improved the brakes, belt, and diag, and rear weight.
Specialty cups that all mechanics have to have now to do an oil change.
And now a lot of manufacturers are moving
to do it all.
They can't force us to buy new cars, they're going to force us to buy new tools.
Yeah. And I know a lot of guys are like, oh, what's an oil change take? 10 minutes? No.
Between taking the seal down, making sure that everything is not necessarily torqued to spec, but properly torqued.
In the old days, right, you should be able to have a certain amount of products to cover a lot of product lines. Today, forget it. We're using 3 different blends of oil change on average. 3. Not including every oil filter is different for every car.
Well, every European is different than what we're normally using too. I
Yeah.
mean, the most common are probably 530, 520, and 020. Anything other than that is,
Yeah.
and we don't even, like, we don't carry everything here.
Not maintained at 40,000 miles. It's simple, people. Change your oil before it turns black. And if, as soon as you put it in your engine and it turns black, that's how dirty the inside of your engine already is. When I changed my Toyota Sequoia oil at 3,000 miles, at 4,000 miles, clean, over 320 or 30,000 miles on it. Clean.
We're gonna have to do a oil check on the Civic too.
And my son's new Kia, we did that at 4,000 miles. It's clean. We'll do it at another 4,000 miles and see how clean it is again.
I almost put 1,000 miles on the car, so like. I'm expecting the oil to be dirty but full.
And then we always replace the O-ring. So this is a 7-minute video, and that includes the car was already on the lift. And I'm not rushing, so if I rush, what could I do? Could I cut this down to half once the car is in the air? And that doesn't even include filling it. So legit 15-20 minutes without any problems. And 20 minutes of mechanic working on the car. And remember, you're paying them. You're paying people to sign you in, print an invoice, print a receipt, look up parts, get in your car, bring it in the shop, put it up in the air, do a visual inspection, make sure that there's no problems. Like, there's a lot of steps to do an oil change. When people say, I just need a quick oil change. It was the last place to change your oil. What problems am I going to encounter? Do you have rods hanging out of your engine because it's been knocking for so long? Do you have any oil pressure? Do you have sludge issues? So a lot of moving pieces that go into an oil change. So now I'm going to finish this video up. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.